So we are recording, so whenever you're ready to go, Angelia, you're good.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. See this? Okay, I my readers. Okay. I think I can do this. Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
You're good to go.
Okay. I would like to call the meeting of the St. Louis County Board of Zoning Adjustment to order. The board members present today are Angelia Bills, Chair, and Vincent Nutt, Member. The Department of Planning staff members are Debbie Nesbitt, Mel Wilson, Abby Freudel, Shane Stryler, Ashra Wickramathalaka, Peter Grine, and Gretchen Arnold. Also on the call today is John Burford from the County Counselor's Office. First, I'd like to offer into the record the affidavit of publication pertaining to today's meeting, May 17, 2023. The board hereby takes official notice of and admits into evidence on the record the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance, Chapter 1003, the St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended, and Chapter 1004, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended. Next, I'd like to call for a motion to approve the minutes of the previous BZA meeting of May 3rd, 2023. I so moved. Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, this meeting is conducted as a teleconference and is recorded. The planning staff will read each request into the record and present technical advice to the board if needed. The petitioner will be unmuted, state their name, and make a brief presentation to the board explaining the reason and hardship for the requested variance. The board members will not consider financial hardships. Board members may ask questions to clarify the facts. When the board is satisfied with the material presented, the chairperson will then ask if there is anyone in favor or opposition to the request. To do so, click the hand next to your name. If any comments were submitted, the staff will read them into the record. Before a call for the vote, the petitioner may request a continuance in order to bring in additional documentation. The board may also request a continuance to gather additional information or for a visit to the site. Once comments have been heard, the chairperson will call for a vote at that time. At that time, the discussion has ended. No further discussion is permitted. The board will generally make a decision today. Since there are only 2 members at this time, if the board's vote is split 1-1, I believe it will be continued to the next time when we have our 3rd board member present. If a variance is approved, the petitioner has 6 months to obtain the necessary permits or establish the use requested, or the variance will expire. The petitioner or any interested party has the right of appeal to the St. Louis County Circuit Court. Paperwork indicating the board's decision will be mailed to the petitioners.
Alrighty. The first petition today is 28-23. Bob Weber, Weber's Grill, is a request for an exception to the front yard regulations for the purpose of installing new awnings at 8713 Gravois Road, maintaining a front yard of 11 feet in lieu of 15 feet as required by the C2 Shopping District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. And Bob, I'm going to send you a request to unmute here, and you'll be able to present to the board.
Okay. My
You're
name's
good.
Bob. My name's Bob Weber. What I'm requesting is that what I thought was I was just replacing some old dilapidated awnings, and I didn't realize they must have been too close to they call the yard or what you're saying. So I think the new awnings are going to look much better and very similar to where they were before. So that's kind of where I am with awnings.
Will the awnings be the same size or are they a different size?
they're a kind of a different structure. We shortened up how far they stuck out because of this. So they're similar size. I didn't measure the old ones because this remodeling process started. It took much longer than we expected, and we had torn those off some time ago because we were working on the front of the building. So if they're not, I mean, they're not exceptionally bigger or smaller that I know of.
Okay.
What is the height that you're proposing putting the awning to? I didn't see that.
You know, I don't know either. I didn't know I thought the awning company was gonna have representatives telling me, that's showing what the heights were. Again, they were same place they were last time. So,
Are they at head height? I guess that's the question. Is that something?
oh, no, they're above head height.
Okay.
Yeah, they're, can you see the front of the building there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're gonna be over those windows. And then there's gonna be a separate one over the entrance. So everything will be, it's for cover walking in and out of the restaurant.
Okay.
And looks.
Bob, was there any sign, any wording on the awnings?
No,
Okay.
Are there any further questions?
I do have one question, and I'm just checking because I see the wheel barricades there. Is there a potential in the distance of these coming out for the front of a car? You said they will be above walking height, so no trucks or anything like that would be able to back into the awning.
no.
Okay.
Is there anyone here in favor or opposition?
I don't see any hands at this time, so I'm going to mute the petitioner so the board can take a vote.
Okay. 28-23, I vote to approve the variances advertised, and the hardship just being the need to upgrade the awnings while the rest of the place is being renovated, and also for weather protection for the customers.
A second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, 29-23, Salim Hamodovic is a request for an exception to the rear yard regulations for the purpose of installing a patio cover at 8719 Carriageway Drive, maintaining a rear yard of 7 feet in lieu of 15 feet as required by the R4 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County zoning ordinance. And I'm going to send a request to you, Salim, just so you can present your case to the board. There you go.
I live at 8719 Carriageway Drive, and we moved in that house 2010, and we actually love the neighborhood. And we have 3 kids now that are almost 9, almost 7, and a 4-year-old. And since we're the corner lot, we don't really have a backyard in a way. And I was hoping, having that little patio in the back, I could cover it and get some shades, and we could spend our summers out in the back. Since my kids are still little, and having that area would benefit us a lot. So, and I didn't really know much about the zoning issues and how much we needed and what zone we are in. But looking at the house next door and the whole couple houses down from ours, they're kind of on that cul-de-sac that I don't think they really that are for. They're much closer than that 15 feet. They're maybe 7-8 feet. And so that was my wish. I was just hoping, and I got in the process, and then I kind of realized that I had to go through all this approval and whatnot. So here we are. I'm hoping that we can get it approved. And as you can see on the picture, it's that concrete patio there that
Mhm.
we would like to get covered.
Okay, question, was that concrete patio, there when you moved in, or was that something that you placed there?
It was a wooden, kind of rotten, and it was all, so we had to just demo it all and just put a concrete. It was all stinky, to be honest. And there was a little tree in the corner. You can't really see it clear in this picture, but that, yeah, it wasn't pretty.
What is the proposed awning that you're looking to put, like material wise?
We submitted a drawing. It's just it'll be a wooden structure and covered with shingles, just like the house.
Okay, so building materials, shingles.
Well, to cover it, but it's basically wood, just a. We
Is there-
submitted a drawing once, and then there was some corrections that we had to make, and we resubmitted, and I forgot the gentleman's name that's in charge of permits, but he's fine with the drawings now. He's just waiting on zoning approval.
Am I seeing that am I reading this correctly? It's 7'7" from the edge of the easement,
Edge of the property line.
edge of the property line, okay.
Was there a cover before on that patio?
No, there was not.
Okay.
It's our house, the back of our house kind of faces the side of our new neighbor that they just moved in. So they put a fence in this corner to the right. So it's basically all fenced off now. It's kind of closed in.
Mhm. Okay,
They even
so,
planted some little bushes and trees, and it's to give them privacy, but in a way, it kind of gives us privacy too. So, but
so you
anyways.
basically want the patio cover for weather protection?
Yeah, basically, weather protection. It'll be just nice to sit there and have barbecues and whatnot. But sometimes my wife even puts up the pool, but having that constant sunlight, it's be nice to have a shade. We went probably through 4 or 5 umbrellas that you use it during summer times, but then fall or early spring, you get these high winds and it knocks it over and breaks it, and okay, here we go, spending another couple $100 to buy another umbrella that's gonna get damaged and destroyed.
Mhm. Vince, do you have any other questions?
No other questions from me.
Okay. Is there anyone here in favor or opposition?
I'm in favor.
Okay, okay. Did you want me to tease
I'll
it
make-
up for you?
No, I'll make a motion for the case of 29-23 to approve recommendation for approval of a new awning to match the building material for the purpose of cooling and covered patio.
I second it. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries.
All right, hopefully my computer's caught back up with you guys. 30-23 has been postponed, so we're gonna just go directly to 31-23. Is that okay? All right. 31-23 McBride Walden Ridge LLC is a request for an exception to the lot coverage requirements and the garage will be more than half of the footprint of the home for the purpose of constructing a 3-car detached garage at 5599 Walden Ridge Drive, maintaining a lot coverage of 10.2% in lieu of 7%, as required by Section 4 of the R3 Residence District Regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance and PEU Ordinance 28,243. And Catherine, let me unmute you real quick, and then I will make you a panelist so you can share your screen here, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, let me make it where I can stop sharing my screen first. All right, Catherine, you should be able to share your screen with us.
Okay, let me give it a shot. Okay, let me share my screen. Oh, that's not the right. Can you see your agenda or zoning presentation, members of the board?
See McBride
Right.
Homes.
Okay, so you see a house and the word McBride Homes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. I have no idea why I'm not seeing that, but I can definitely talk you through. So thank you for putting us on tonight's agenda. My name is Catherine Moore, and I'm here on behalf of McBride Homes. And also with me for any questions you may have is our senior project manager for the towns at Walden Ridge, which is the community we're discussing, and our builder as well. So this request came in because we've sold one of the lots located in this community. And the homeowner under contract requested a 3-car garage. So we determined that a variance request would be needed. And so that is why we're here today. That prior slide, I think, said R3 PEU is the zoning. But I'm sorry, I did not mean to share this. And I'm just sharing a zoning ordinance with you. It's an R4 with PEU, so I just wanted to correct that really quick. So back to the presentation. So here's what the home that the homeowner wants to build on this lot and this community is going to look like. Here are the garage plans, which should have been put in the board's packet. They are exactly the same as all of the other 2-car garages planned for this 14-home community. It's a small community, except it's got that additional 3rd bay. Here is the plot plan showing how this lot looks and the location of where that 3rd-car garage would be. And it's really worth pointing out, and I have a really good visual here in a minute, that this lot is 2,300 square feet larger than any of the other lots in this community. So that's worth pointing out here. And this lot, its lot 1 address was 5599 Walden Ridge. And when you're looking at this plot plan, you can see that this lot doesn't have a direct neighbor. If you can see my cursor, I'm not sure you can. Common ground and a stormwater basin abut the property here. There's also a large common ground strip that goes along the side and the perimeter of this lot. So it is quite buffered, and access is provided off a private alley maintained by the homeowners association. So this lot doesn't have access, and this garage will not be located off of a public road, which is a unique feature. So it's an extra large lot configured without any direct neighbors that is more than 35, 40% larger than its neighbors. And this garage will be the exact same design as the other garages for the other 13 homes in this 14-home community, just with that 3rd bay. Here is the exhibit I wanted to show you, which shows lot 1 is the one we're talking about today that I just showed you the plot plan for. It's really separate and apart. And there is a huge landscape berm that separates it even from an adjoining community, in addition to that common ground strip we already looked at. So no hardship from an aesthetic perspective, from a traffic perspective, would be created by granting this variance whatsoever. And in fact, the total lot coverage, if this variance is approved, would be less than the lot coverage on the other 13 lots with the 2-car garages that were approved during the county zoning process. So the hardship here is that for this oddly configured lot to have less of a percentage of lot coverage permitted than all of their neighbors, when this one is the only one in this community suited for that 3-car garage. So that is our request. We don't believe the community or the neighbors will have any impact whatsoever. And it's visually minimized by the surroundings of this particular property. So we very respectfully request that this board consider this request, and we're here to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay.
So I guess my first question, you said it's common space next to the lot.
Yes,
So is that general common space for the rest of the neighborhood, or is that common space barrier for easement? Or what is the purpose?
it was a common ground strip. I also did the zoning when this was back before the county. Wow, probably about a year ago now. And that common ground strip was put in to surround and buffer the community just from the neighbors and add additional green space. It's mowed and maintained by our homeowners association. And it was just to provide additional space beyond the typical setbacks, which were met here.
So there's no plans to put a home next to that number 1 spot there.
There's a home closest to Walden Ridge Road, if you can see where my cursor is.
Mm-hmm.
The garage, however, as always, has been approved on the site development plan and the zoning plans put forth to the county. It's always been back here. If you can see my cursor off the private alley.
Yes.
We're
Mhm.
just requesting a 3rd bay be added to that garage. The location of these structures is the same as it always has been.
Gretchen, can you go put up our pictures that I took?
Yeah. So
Let me stop sharing for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
As we're changing the slides, what would you say the hardship is for the variance?
Well, I would say the hardship here is that all of these lots in the R4 PEU were given, lenient zoning to allow for this particular development with the smaller footprint home that's the same style homes we also built in the St. Louis Hill neighborhood. This is our first time building these homes in St. Louis County. So they're a narrower footprint. So holding the garage size to the footprint of the home doesn't necessarily make sense here on this lot, where the lot is 2,300 square feet more than the typical lot in this community. The configuration of this lot and its location really make it a unique lot. So having it only be allowed to have that 2-car like all those other standard lots that you saw on the site plan that are significantly smaller, it just doesn't make sense. It does create a hardship when this lot bears the opportunity for this feature, unlike all the others where it really wouldn't work.
Is this the last house on the lot sold, or is this the first? Or out of the, I think
All
you
of them
said
are
14.
sold, but we're just now building the homes. I don't believe we've had any closings.
Okay.
Okay, we've had 2 closings. I stand corrected. That's why I'm glad to have our project manager here beside me. So 2 out of 14 closings, all of the lots are sold. We're constructing all the others. And so all of the contracts are set. They're all set with 2-car garages. It was only this lot that lends itself, based on everything we just
Okay.
discussed, where we're requesting this. It would not be something that would come for any of the other lots here, and just wouldn't apply.
Okay.
So this is just this is an added feature for someone who, because the houses are all the same size, correct?
Yeah, we offered 3-story and 2-story models in here, but that doesn't alter the building footprint. So for your purposes, where you're looking at building footprint, yeah, all of the houses are the same size, and they were all approved with those detached 2-car garages. However, all of the other homes have them spaced evenly in the rear of their yards because they're all the same size lot and they're all in a row next to each other. This one is that one-off side lot that's a different shape, a different size. So the garage was always planned to sit a little differently anyway.
Okay.
So the hardship is the uniqueness of the lot size and layout.
Yeah, the size and the shape and the the location makes it just, makes sense, but it's the size and the location of this, where not allowing them to have a 3-car garage really does create a hardship because of the size and the lot coverage being comparable to the 2 cars. This lot's 2,300 square feet larger. So it really does make sense for the overall aesthetics and feel of this project.
Are there any other questions?
I have none.
Okay. Is there anyone here in favor or opposition?
I don't see anybody, so at this time, I'm gonna mute the petitioner's rep.
Okay. 31-23, I'm going to vote to approve the variance as advertised, and the hardship just being the unique configuration of the lot.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries.
All right, and that's all we had for you guys, so all we need is an adjournment.
Okay, I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Okay.
I have
all
one
those in
quick thing.
favor?
Oh,
Aye.
Abby has one
Go ahead.
quick
Sorry.
thing, sorry.
I
okay.
didn't do this at the beginning of the meeting. Shane Stryler, who I believe is in the attendees list, is one of our planning department interns for the summer. So I don't know if he even has a camera on his computer yet, but he started on Monday, and he'll be joining these meetings over the summer. So I just wanted to. He's happy to
So
be
he's
here.
happy
He
to be
says in
here.
chat. So.
Welcome, Shane.
So hopefully at your next meeting, our other intern will be on the call as well. So that was all.
All righty. Thanks, guys. Well, I think we adjourned. Motion to adjourn. We approved. See you all in 2 weeks. Thank you.
All right,
All right.
thanks, bye.
Bye.